Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl K Love, and I am back with a new video. And as you can see, I have on my breast cancer awareness hat, and today's video is going to be a very educational, informative video on breast cancer tips, how you can prevent it, and why it is so important to get mammograms. So if you are interested in knowing these tips and these advices, then please stay tuned.
Feel like a brand new person. Same old mistakes. Can't only lost before it's too late. Feel like a brand new person. Same old mistakes.
Let me first start off by saying I am not a doctor. I'm not here to say I know everything about breast cancer, but what I can tell you is I know someone that was very close to me that passed away from breast cancer, and that is my mom. She passed in 2001. I was only 11 years old, and I won't be getting in any detail with that in this video. So I wanted to do a very informative video for women out there that, you know, need to know and how you can prevent it and just overall avoiding and catching things while you can. My mom, she didn't know she had it. I don't know too much about when she found out, but I know she waited too late. Best advice to women out there is if you feel something so abnormal with your breasts, get checked, go to the doctor. Even if you feel like it's a tab change or leakage in your nipples, go to the doctor. We know our bodies every day. We know what our bodies are capable of doing. We know our changes, you know what I'm saying? So it's like if you see something so abnormal and it's not, you're not used to it, go to the doctors. Because what I can say is it happened to me one time. I woke up in 2015. I woke up out of my sleep, and it was like immediately my hand placed over my breast. My hand just went directly to my breast, and I felt a lump, and immediately I took no chances. Like, I went straight to the ER. I didn't even call my doctor. I was that scared. So I went to the ER, and I didn't have pain. I just felt the lump because, you know, it was just not normal. I went to the ER, and they said they felt the same thing, and they said we're gonna do some exams, blood work, all this stuff. Even when I was trying to think positive, it was just something always just getting in my head, making me think really negative. I went and got a mammogram done. I think because the doctor, when he actually told me he felt the lump too, I think that was like the most scariest part, because normally sometimes as humans we overreact, and when we go to the doctor it really would be fine, and you know, we just overreact. But when he said he felt the same thing, I was like, OMG. So I went and got my mammogram. I had to wait 2 weeks. Thank God everything came back good. It wasn't no cancerous lump in my breast. It wasn't anything. They felt something, but they just couldn't, they didn't know what it was. It was nothing there. What everyone kept telling me, and including the doctors, was it could be fatty tissues from the amount of weight that I lost. I was at relief. I was very excited and blessed that I did not have that breast cancer. I'm not speaking it on me at all. I didn't have that. I just want to come on here and share some advice to you women on how you can prevent breast cancer, or how you can catch early stages, on ways you can feel for lumps, and also things you can do if you do feel a lump or if you do see signs of the cancer. So tip number 1 is have leakage in your breast, or some type of odor, or some type of creamy liquid fluid that's leaving your breast and you're not pregnant, or if you haven't just had a baby or in your breastfeeding, then that's a sign that you should get your breasts checked, and those are signs that something is wrong. Not saying you will have cancer, it could be something else. You might I know people said they've had cysts in their breasts. I never had that experience. A cyst can appear in your breast, the lump from the cancerous lump, and I believe that's it. But if you're not breastfeeding, you're not pregnant, or haven't been pregnant within a year, because sometimes milk can still be in your breast from being pregnant, then you should definitely go to your doctor and get checked. Tip number 2 is if you feel soreness in your underarm area, armpit area, and you should definitely get checked. A lot of the times we make mistakes just checking our breast area when really sometimes you can feel the lumps. It be lumps in your underarm area. So you want to make sure you're always checking that area as well, because lumps can appear in there. Also, deodorants is a big factor and a big problem when it comes to breast cancer. A lot of the deodorants have very harsh chemicals that are entering our pores and going through our bodies. So a really good deodorant that you guys can use to help prevent the breast cancer is Tom's deodorant, or you can use natural ingredients like cutting a lemon in half and literally taking the lemon. I wouldn't suggest doing this after you shave because you might sting your underarms, but after that you take the lemon and you just rub it under your underarms. And I never done it, but I heard that it helps. It works just as good as deodorant. So that's a good natural remedy that you can use and a substitute for deodorant. Number 1 was the leakage. Number 2 is making sure you check under your arm and not just your breast area. So if your breast feels hot or if it feels like hurting, you need to probably get checked. Now, normally my boobs hurt around the time I come on my menstrual or if I'm pregnant. Those are the only times my breasts hurt. But if it's just hurting out the blue and it's like hot, then you might want to get checked, because that can be something forming in your breast or something your body is changing and you don't know, and it's not normal. So you want to make sure you also check for sensation. You want to check for the temperature of your breast. It's just like if you was to have a fever, your body is warming up. So if your breast is getting overheated, then something's not right. Also, the color. If your breast is red, extremely red around your nipple area or on top of your breast area or under here, then you should definitely get checked. Your nipple is naturally like, what is it, outverted, I guess. Like, it's not inverted, meaning it's not the other way around. It's not inside. If your nipples poke out and it's naturally always like that, and all of a sudden your nipple seems like it's going inside and like inverted, then you want to get checked, because that is a sign of your breast cancer forming. If your nipples are just naturally like going in the opposite direction, like back into your breast, then you want to get checked. That could be a sign that something is wrong. To check for lumps, the best time to check is if you're laying down flat on your back with your arm behind your head, and then you're taking your hand just like this and you're just like going deep into your breast, checking like really hard. You don't want to do it soft, you want to check really hard. Because as me, I have big breasts, so I have to really get in there. It could be, you know, somewhere I'm not feeling. Also, another good way to check for lumps is in the shower, because your breasts are actually getting released from it's more soft, so it's easier access to check for the lumps there. Making sure you stay away from foods that are not good for you, and that's hard because we love these fast food places. We love to, you know, eat things we're not supposed to. Well, we can eat it, but it's not good for you. Just try to stay away from them, because a lot of those foods have bad things in them that cause cancer. We can control, but because we're humans, it's so hard. So just try changing your diet, eating more healthier, eating a lot of foods that have calcium and protein and fiber. Those things, hearty foods, you know. Stay away from a lot of stuff that have hormones in it, like chicken. Try to eat more fish, you know. Taking your vitamins, making sure your vitamins have the nutrients that you need, because nowadays people take vitamins and don't even know what they're taking it for. You know, you just taking this because of this, but really you don't need it. So take your necessary vitamins, take a multivitamin, take vitamin D so your immune system is on point. if your immune system is weak and it failed your body, then you know cancer has a better chance, and we don't want that. So making sure you take your vitamins and eating healthy and changing your diet is always a good thing on preventing cancer, any type of cancer. A lot of people say that birth control plays a high risk in breast cancer and cervical cancer, but we're talking about breast cancer. I used to take birth control. I was on the pill every single day, and that was the only method I took. I never got on any other birth control. I've only taken the pill, and I'm not gonna lie, I was scared. I was very scared because I heard a lot of bad things about the pill. Sorry. I heard a lot of bad things about the pill and birth control in general. But what I would say is everybody is different. Everybody is different. I honestly don't think birth control is good for your body, and I don't think our bodies are meant for it. But you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Sometimes I do believe you need to give your body a break. Say if you want to be on birth control for 1 year and then off for 1 year, and then use the other method of birth control using condoms, you know. I do feel like our bodies are meant to be at rest. I feel like we're supposed to have our menstruals every month, and I know some birth controls stop people periods, and I don't feel like that's supposed to happen. That's just me. I feel like I'm supposed to have one every month. If I don't have one, I feel like something's wrong with my body. A lot of people were saying, like doctors and stuff are saying, that birth control is high risk for cancer and all this stuff. So you want to be careful with the birth control. Try to limit it. If you can stay off of it, stay off of it, sis. If you have to do it, do what you gotta do, but just give your body a rest. I have not been back on birth control for probably, I stopped taking it in 2016, so it's been about 2 years, and I've been fine. I know a lot of doctors convince women to get it because they might have a lot of children, or like my doctor told me, he was like, your iron is very low, so the birth control can help with your iron. Also, if you have fibroids, I heard it helps with that too. So it's like a lot of things they say, but we don't know if this is true. I don't know if it's true. It ain't no proven fact. So, you know, I just really took it because I wasn't really trying to have any more babies at that time. So it was like trying to protect myself, but I'm gonna protect myself a different way, and I'm fine with that. Hormones, birth control have hormones in it, so you want to be careful. It's probably some birth controls out there that don't have hormones, but I don't know any of them, so you can do your research on that. But you want to make sure you're giving your body a rest. You know, if it don't feel right, it's not right. Make sure you get your boobies checked. It's very, 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 very important. And if you have daughters, make sure you teach them at a young age, like, it's okay, you know, like my daughter, she's 7 years old, and she is growing and growing and growing. And I want her to be aware of stuff like this because breast cancer is at a high rate. The rate is so high that it's like killing our women left and right. And I think about it all the time. I think about my mom all the time, and it's so depressing, it's so emotional, it's so sad, you know, because it's like she fought for her life. She fought for her life. She did the therapy, she did the chemo, she did the amputation, she got rid of her breasts, you know, she lost her hair. She went through it all, and God chose her, you know what I'm saying? Like, my aunt told me, like, you know, don't be sad because she's no longer in pain. Be happy that she's not in pain no more, because cancer was literally taking my mom day by day. And I just always think to myself, like, it's not fair. It's not fair, you know. And I have a friend that lost her mom to cancer. I know a couple of people that lost their parents to cancer. And it's breast cancer, cervical cancer, all types of cancer, and it's scary. It really is. I'm trying not to tear up because, you know, it's a lot of survivors out there, and it's not an easy journey. But you have to be strong. You have to be positive. You have to be around positive people, because it will eat your mindset up. It'll make you feel like you're not gonna make it. But only God gets to choose that. Only the Lord gets to choose that. If you believe in the Lord, then you are okay. You're gonna be okay. And my mom was a very spiritual person. And even though she had cancer, she did not let that define who she was. She still did our hair, me and my sister. She still cooked. She was smiling. She still went shopping. You know, she wanted to drive. My mom, she never drove. You know, she's from the islands, so like when she came to America, she really didn't get to do what she wanted to do. And that kind of like make me upset, because I believe when she would have got through that whole cancer phase and she would have been back to herself, I believe she would have accomplished all those things. But you know, I'm just glad that she's no longer in pain, and I know she's happy that I'm doing this video, because it's so important. You know, I always have my scares, and I had to stop being that way because I was always depressed. I was depressed that I was gonna wake up and have breast cancer one day, and I literally had to stop thinking like that. I pray, I give the Lord thanks. I'm living my life. I am blessed, and I'm happy. Yes, I have my moments. I have my moments because I'm human, but just know that you're gonna be okay. And if you are battling cancer, be the best person you can be. Don't ever change. Just be brighter, be around positive people, and just know that it's gonna be okay. So another thing before I end this video is make sure that you are getting your mammograms. Mammograms are very, very important. I am due for one. I haven't gotten one in probably about 3 years. And because my mom had breast cancer, I get mine done. I try to get it done every year, but they just sent me something in the mail reminding me that I need to get it done. So I will be getting it done. I'll probably vlog it so you guys can see the process on it. And when I got it done, it was a little bit scary, but it's pretty simple. But pretty much I'm gonna go through a rundown. You gotta get fully naked, and they take your right breast and left breast and they clamp it on this machine. It didn't hurt me, but I did feel uncomfortable undressing in front of the woman. But I mean, that's just me. I'm very personal when it comes to my boobs. It didn't hurt me. A lot of people say they hurt them that I've heard got mammograms before, but it didn't bother me. So you want to make sure you're always getting those, because those determine if you have lumps or anything like that. Those are very, 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 very important. If a doctor tells you, because someone tried to tell me I shouldn't get mine done because I'm so young, no. You tell them like, look, I want to get it done. Even if they try to say, oh well, you don't have a family history, so what? I want to get a mammogram done. Insurance cover mammograms. My insurance cover my mammograms. So if you have insurance, you might want to check on that. But if not, I don't know the cost on it, but you want to make sure you get that done. As women, and because this rate is so high in breast cancer, you want to make sure you get a mammogram done at least once a year or once every 2 years. I think that's it. I believe I covered everything, and I hope this video was very informative. I'm always here to help. I love giving advice and tips to women, you know, and men. I'm just that type of person. This is what this channel is about. Always loves, be bomb, be blessed, be better, and always be yourself, and protect your boobies, and make sure you are getting checked. This video is dedicated all to the breast cancer survivors and all the women that's battling breast cancer right now. You got this, and I see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.